What's going on, guys? So we're back with a new video, and in today's one I want to talk to you about vanilla base building in DayZ. So we all know and are aware of vanilla base building in DayZ. It is pretty bad for what we have in game. I think base building came out in update 1.0 if I'm not mistaken. And since then, I don't think it's gotten any updates or pretty much any attention since. There's been a few little tweaks here with barbed wire and stuff so you can't take it off from, certain angles and such. But in terms of actual base building itself, I don't think it's had any major updates since it was released. And personally, I think it is one of the things in DayZ that is leaving the game down big time, especially with now 1.14 coming in. And the game being, in a state that seems really, really good and really fun, even if you're on vanilla. It just seems like base building is lacking big time. At the moment, base building doesn't add much to the game. It's basically there to store gear. And most of the time, it's not even worth building to store gear in. The time it takes to build a base or board up a house versus how quickly you can raid that base is one of its big downfalls. Pretty much takes 7 grenades to blow through a door, and once you're in, then you're pretty much in. Most players usually board up 1 entrance. They might do 2, might add a couple more fences here and there if they're kind of a bit more experienced in the game. But for the casual player who might not know that or might not want to do that, it's a bit of a letdown for them. Personally, I think in terms of raiding, it should either be stronger or more difficult to raid, or a mixture of both. 7 grenades for 1 door is just too little. It's way too easy to raid a base. It should be a grind. There should be a bit of an effort. Worried and paranoid the entire time that the enemy is going to log in. But when you're on vanilla, you can pretty much raid a base in 10-15 minutes, and then that's it. I have a couple of suggestions that might make base raiding better before we go on to how we can make base building better. My idea was, why not use the RPGs and LMGs that are in the game files, implement them into the game, and say that they're only found at heli crashes, for example, and they spawn very rare, even rarer than some of the guns that actually spawn at heli crashes, and they can be used to raid bases. Now, you might think to yourself, well, if we're going to add in LMGs and RPGs, it's going to make them very overpowered in terms of them, in PvP and such. But you could also limit the character when they are holding the LMG or RPG. Maybe limit their movement so they can only walk while holding it, and that they don't have any stamina at all, so they can't run with it at all. There's different ways you could do it, and I think it would be a cool way and a more fun way to be able to raid bases. If you want to build a base nowadays, you pretty much just have to board up a building, which can be quite annoying by itself. With the limitations that there is in vanilla base building when you're trying to place a door or something like that, it can be really finicky from times. And not everyone wants to build a base in a house or something like that. At the moment, you can't build a base in a field or anything like that because you can't stack walls on top of each other, and it can be easily boosted into, and it's going to stand out like a sore thumb in some cases, and you'll be raided before you log back in the following day. I'd love to see standalone bases, in fields and in, different laneways and in the woods and stuff like that. It'd be a really cool addition to the game, but you could do it right now, but is it worth it? Not at all. With base building itself, we do need to have stuff like windows, single doors, the big gates, double gates, windows, roofs, stairs, that type of stuff to make a base feel like it's an actual base and not just some place where you've put down 4 doors and it feels like nothing. You want to feel like you're proud of building your base after you've built it. And then with like windows and having small doors and stairs and stuff like that, it'll give you more ways to protect your base as well, because you'll be able to shoot out of these windows and such as well. So it'd be really cool that way. Pretty much how like Base Building Plus and Expansion has their base building systems at the moment. Personally, I think DayZ Expansion and Base Building Plus's building systems are a little bit over the top. It doesn't need to be that extreme. It just needs to be on the simpler side of it, like Simple Base Building. There's a mod out there called Simple Base Building. I'll link it all down below. But this one just adds, it makes it look like it's vanilla. It just adds single doors, windows, roofs, gates, that type of stuff. And it's just very simple. It looks like it's meant to be in the game, and that's all you kind of need. It's definitely something that needs to be addressed, and I'm hoping 2022's development, we will see base building updated, or at least given the attention it deserves at some point, because it is badly needed. It is one of the things in game that hasn't been given any love or dedication in terms of, making it better and improving it. And it is one of the things a lot of people use, especially the console players. They like to build a base, and even on PC as well. You like to build a base because there's only so much gear you can carry on you, and you want to have some gear saved up, especially if you're running, in a big clan. I think it's the one thing that is lacking in vanilla. If base building was upgraded in vanilla, it would be leaps and bounds, and the game would be so much better, and it would be so much fun. And I think it would bring a lot of the modded community back to vanilla servers. At the moment, obviously, people go onto these modded servers to, either get cool weapons, to base build whatever they want and stuff like that. But you're seeing a lot of people kind of migrate back towards vanilla style servers. I think they need to focus on that and bring as many people back as possible. But yeah, look, the topic is a lot more complicated than I can cover in a single video, but it is something that needs to have the light shined on it. And hopefully soon we will see DayZ with better base building. It'll be so cool if it has it. Even if it has to take ideas from like Rust or from some of the mods that we have out there, just something to make it better. It really desperately needs it. But yeah, look, that's all I'm going to go into it. We could talk about this for hours and hours and hours. We could delve into every possibility and every way you could make it better. But look, as usual, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And yeah, I'd love to hear them as usual and hear some of the good ideas down there. And you never know, if the devs might watch the video and get some inspiration from me in the comments. So it's always good to leave us know. But yeah, until then, I should catch you guys in the next video. So peace out for now.